Have you ever wondered if there are objective right and wrong answers in the world, or if morality is simply a matter of personal opinion or cultural agreement? These are profound questions that lie at the heart of understanding ethical debates. Moral realism and moral anti-realism are two fundamental metaethical positions that offer contrasting answers to this very question. Moral realism asserts that there are objective moral facts and properties that exist independently of human beliefs, desires, or conventions. In contrast, moral anti-realism denies the existence of such objective moral facts, positing that moral claims are instead expressions of subjective attitudes, cultural norms, or mere errors. The core mechanism differentiating these views lies in their ontological commitment to moral properties. Moral realists believe that statements like, "murder is wrong," are objectively true in the same way that the earth is round, is objectively true, meaning they correspond to mind-independent features of reality. This means that if all humans cease to exist, the moral fact that murder is wrong would still hold. Various forms of realism, such as ethical naturalism or non-naturalism, offer different accounts of what these moral properties are and how we come to know them. Anti-realists, on the other hand, argue that moral statements do not refer to anything objectively real. Emotivists might say, "murder is wrong," simply expresses a feeling of disapproval, while cultural relativists would assert it reflects societal agreement. Error theorists take an even stronger stance, claiming that moral statements intend to refer to objective facts but systematically fail because no such facts exist, thus rendering all positive moral assertions false. Understanding this distinction helps us to analyze ethical arguments with greater clarity. When someone makes a moral claim, you can consider whether they implicitly or explicitly assume an objective moral standard, aligning with realism, or whether their claim roots itself in subjective feelings, social constructs, or personal commitments, pointing toward anti-realism. For instance, if a person argues that a certain action is universally immoral because it inherently violates human dignity, they are likely adopting a realist stance. Conversely, if someone contends that an action is only wrong because their culture disapproves of it, they are expressing an anti-realist perspective. A fascinating insight within this philosophical discourse is how the concept of moral progress often serves as an argument for realism. Many philosophers argue that if we acknowledge genuine moral progress, for example, moving away from slavery, it implies there are objective moral standards against which to measure improvement. If morality were entirely subjective, it would be difficult to meaningfully speak of progress rather than mere change. Conversely, the persistent and deep disagreements over fundamental moral issues across cultures and individuals are often cited by anti-realists as evidence against the existence of universally discoverable moral facts. Ultimately, grasping the differences between moral realism and anti-realism equips you with a powerful lens through which to examine the very foundations of ethical thought. It allows you to move beyond simply debating what asterisk is right or wrong, to critically inquire why we believe it to be so, and whether our moral convictions are grounded in an objective reality or are products of our own human experience.